Okay, folks, we're going to start another Hebrew class here, and I'm going to continue working on Shiur 27. I think we did Targila 1, exercise 1, and so we're going to continue on here. Keep getting these notices. Okay, so last time we did Targila 1, that's on the video, previous video. So this one here, we're going to work on. All right, so let's see what we can do with all this. So basically, we're taking this English here, and we are going to change some of these, but we need to do it in Hebrew. So these for me are a little more difficult because I'm used to going from English to from Hebrew to English, but they also want you to go from English to Hebrew. So I might have to look up a few words here. גם את המשפטים לעברית. I think that Targum, I bet you it's Targum. Targum. Yeah, translate the sentences into Hebrew. That's right.
תרגם את המשפטים לעברית. תרגם את המשפטים
לעברית.
תרגם את המשפטים לעברית.
Okay, so tirgem. So that's what this is here. Well, this is translate. Get this straightened out here. Okay, so translate. Okay, what? Mishpatim, these are the sentences, l'ivrit. Okay, and then Shem Lev, let's see. Shem Lev. Shem Lev Vidil Ben Yeshli. Okay. Note the difference. Okay. Note the difference. Okay.
שים לב להבדל בין.
להבדל.
שים לב להבדל בין.
להבדל. It sounds like להבדל, doesn't it?
שים לב להבדל בין.
Lahevdel Bain. Okay, so basically this is seam. So it's using a seam. So it's probably like this. If you had the vowel pointing in there. Note the difference. Lev, lahevdel.
שים לב להבדל בין.
Lahevdel Bain. Between. I know Bain is between. And then yesh is there is or to something. And between sarik, which means, I think, need. Sarik. I think it's sarik. Must be putting that in wrong. Yeah, must, necessary, and needful. Okay, so let's see here. Enot has a lot of homework tonight. So I could say there is to Enot. Or I could say Enot to, let's see. Yesh le'enot harbe shiur ba'it. Let's try that. Yesh le'enat harbe shiurei bait ha'erev. Okay, we need a not. So it's, yeah. Shiurei bait. And then halayla. Okay, so yesh le'enat harbe shiurei bait halayla, tonight. Okay, so let's try that and see what we can come up with. So we're going to start with there. I'm going to start over here. There is, and then if we say to inat, we'll use alamed. There is to inat, le'anat, harbe. That's a law, right? Okay, harbe. And then the word for homework is shiurei bait. And this is a shuruk here. This is probably a surrey under there to get that shiurei. And then bait. So it's like homework. And then we're going to say halayla for tonight. Okay, so let's see what they have on their answer key. So I've got yesh le'inat harbe shiurei bait laila. So inat has a lot of homework tonight. Okay, so let's see what they have. Look what they chose to do. They put to inat. And they're using just ayin nun tab. So it's not einat, it's anat. Okay, so it must be that I think yeah, this might be what what I was thinking of. Or maybe it is this here. But I've seen that name before. So this is a little different name, it looks like, what they're using. So it's let and not. Okay, yesh harbe, got that right. Oh, look at this. There is, look at this, yesh ha'erev. There is in the evening, or there is to the evening, harbe shiurei bait. Look at how they wrote that. Harbe shiurei bait. Okay, so they put, they worded it a little different than I would have done it. But let's try another one now. She has to do her homework tonight. Okay. Let's see. She has to. There is, I think, Zarik. I think we need Zarik. So, so we could put he's Zarik, or let's see, he's Zarik. Do her homework tonight. Let me see. Yeah, that's right. And it's going to use Ziricha. Look at that. He's Ziricha. Now, I haven't seen that one before. But it's going to use this here, Ziricha. So it should start out with Okay, so it's going to use this here in the feminine form because we're talking about she, right? So it's not going to use Zarikh, it's going to be use Zarikha, which means she needs. She needs. And then to do. Now on Google Translate, they use lahihon, but I don't think that's what they're using on this because I haven't seen that used yet at this point. So what I'm going to do is let's take a look and see what the answer key says here. Some of these we might have to just flip over and just learn from the answer key. All right, so she has to do her homework tonight. Okay, so that's right. He's Rika. Look at this. La asot. La asot. That comes from asa, to make or do. So it's to do. Et shirei habayit and then ha'rev. Notice they're not using halayla. They're using ha'rev. But technically, it's like in the evening. I think ha'rev is more in the evening. Okay, it's okay. You don't have to leave or go. See if we can figure this one out. What's that one for it's okay? Is it shlika? No, that's excuse me. Oh, Zef Besader. We could use Zef Besader for it's okay. That's right. Okay, so literally it means everything's in order. This is in order. Beseder. Okay, so we could say Zef Beseder, you don't have to leave. Okay, so we could put ata lo zarich. I wonder if it would be like a lelechet. Ata lo zarich lelechet. There we go. Yeah, ata lo zarich lelechet. You don't have to go. Okay, so you. So we use ata for you. Lo, you know, and then the word, we're going to use this word here, zarich. Okay, zarich, and then laleket is just like going somewhere. So we should see zef besader, ata lo zarich laleket. So it's okay, you don't have to go. Okay, yeah, we've got zef besader. Now they're putting this in the plural, but there's no indication this is plural. They're saying atem lo zarichim. There's no way I could have discerned that. So this is just them assuming that you means plural. Okay, so atem lo zarichim laleket, and they use laleket. Okay. Okay, how about this? Do they have a car? So basically we have to say it like there is to them a car. So there is to them a car. So we use this yesh. So how about yesh lachem hamekonit? You try that. Yesh lechem hamakonit. No, it's going to be yesh lahem. Yesh lahem hamakonit. So there is to them a car. So it would be a question. Yesh lahem hamekonit. Okay, so hamekonit is car, right? So there is to them a car, and then we just have to distill that that's a question. So let's see what their answer key says. Yeah, there it is. Yesh lahem mekonit. Oh, they just put mekonit. They don't put hamekonit. Okay. Because if you say hamekonit, then you're saying there is to them the car, so it's just a car. I can see why they did that. How about this one here, Gila? You have to talk about this with your mother. I think we're going to use this one right here, Zurich. So we could say Gila, Ata Zurich. Gila, Ata Zurich. At Zurich. Zurich. Well, I tell you what, getting that pronounced right on here is tough. Gila, at Zurich, and then to talk is what's that one for to talk? We need the Pa'alim program. Yeah, that's ledaber. So that's the root we need. So first, let's get what we have first on here. Okay, so that's this 1, 2, 3, 4 line, and then 5 line right here. So we're going to use a gamel. Okay, so gila. And then we use ot, feminine for you, ot. And it's probably going to be zuricha, I bet you. It's going to be zuricha, then we need to change this to a regular cough. Okay, zuricha. Okay, so gila at zuricha. And then we'll use from the root, from the verb root, ledaber, which is to talk. So it'll just be to talk as ledaber. Okay, to talk, and then with your mother. Let's see here. I think the lamed is in with or on. So we could say la ima shalka. La ima shalka. How about that? Ledaber, la ima shalka. La ima shalka. Well, I tell you what, I might have to switch to my iPhone because these Android phones are horrible. They're horrible. Probably shallake. I bet you shallake. Okay, Gila et Zarik, you need 2. And then we need ledaber. Ledaber. Okay, Gila, you need at Zarich ledaber la ima shalka. to your mother. Okay, so let's try that. And then Shelka is kind of like, or it's Shalek. It's going to be Shalek, not Shelka, because we're talking about, I think this Gila, I think sounds like a girl. So it's going to be feminine. So it'll be Shalek, not Shelka. All right, so that's the best I could do on that. Let's see what they have for an answer on number 5. Okay, so they've got Gila, At Zarika. Okay, got that right. Let a bear. Okay, good. Look at this. Al Zeim. Wow, that's an interesting thing there. Let's see, about this thing. Oh, about this. That's right. That's what I missed in mine. Talk about this. About Zeph. Because Zeph is this. And Al is on or about. Allah is Zeph. And then Im is with. Ima Shalek. Okay, so I got that right. Ima Shalek. So these are the 3 that I missed here. About Ze'im. Okay, about this, and then Im is with. Ima Shalek. So basically what I did is I didn't put this part, I just put Gila at Zerecha ledeber let Ima Shalka to your mother, to your mother. I forgot about putting about this in there, and with too. So this part. So this is good practice here. All right. The more you work with it, the better you get. The more you practice, you know. Okay, let's try this one. Do you have to go now? It's a pity. Do you have to go now? Okay, so I think we're going to use this Zarik thing again, because that means need. So, Ata, let's see, Ata Zarik, you need leleket. And what's that word for now? I think it's akshav. Ata zarich leleket akshav. Okay. And then the word for it's a pity, I think, is that's a good one. And I don't think it would be shlika. That would be excuse me. If you were to say zeh ra, this is bad, I'm not sure that would fit either. Let's just put this, let's put this in first. Okay, so do you, so we could put ata zarich leleket. Ata zarich leleket, you have to go to akshav. I think it's akshav is now. Oh, wait a minute. Akshav. It's time to fire the Android phone. Pull my iPhone out. Akshav.
עכשיו.
Akshav. Yeah, okay. And this has a it's got a strange. That's got to be a vet or a vav rather. Akshav.
עכשיו.
Akshav. Okay, so atazarik leleket akshav. So you have to go now, and there's like a question. It's assumed a question mark. And then what's this? It's a pity.
Hevel.
Oh, they're using Hevel. So it's like too bad. Okay, so let's see if they use that in their answer key. Hevel. Okay, so let's see. Now they're making everything plural here, aren't they? Atem zarichem leleket. Okay, so do you all need to go akshav? I got that part right. Look at this. They use hevel. Too bad. I think that hevel one is one that we saw up there before. That's probably from chapter 26. Didn't we see hevel in there somewhere? Oh, that must have been earlier then. I don't see it in the previous chapter, or the section rather. Lesson. I'll get it right one of these days. Okay, so how about this one? I need a cup of coffee now. So anizari. How about anizari? I need let's see, a cup of coffee. A cup would be it's not kiseya's chair. So oh, kos. That's right.
Kos.
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 Okay, so anizarik kos cafe akshav. How about that? Anizarik kos cafe akshav. Anizarik kos cafe akshav. Sorry. There we go. Okay, yeah, that'll work.
אני צריך כוס קפה עכשיו.
Anizarik kos cafe akshav. Okay. So we're going to use, for I, we're going to use ani. And then for the need one, we'll use zarich. And then kos is cup. And then cafe, we have kof. And then fe ends with hey. Anisari, kos cafe, and then akshav. And akshav means now. Okay, so let's see what they had. I need a cup of coffee now. Anisari, kos cafe akshav. Okay, so here's what they have. Anizarika. Notice that they assume the I is female. They like to throw a bunch of curveballs at students, but it doesn't have to be female. Ani, remember, in the first person can be masculine or feminine. So it can be Zurich. It doesn't have to be Zuricha for female, but we did get this right. Kos cafe, and there it is, akshav. All right. I say we, even though it's me. I say we because it's a corporate, whoever's viewing this video, it's like a corporate endeavor. Okay, so I don't want these books. I don't need more books. Let's see. I don't want, how about ani lo zarich? Let's see. These books. Yeah, Separim, Elo. I want to look at this one here. Elo, these books. Wonder what they're using here. Yeah, ha'ela. That's right. That's right. It's ela is these. Okay, so I need low road say. The want one is road say. That's right. So ani low wrote say, and I don't want. This is the want one, and then this et is just it's not translatable. It's just there for grammar. And then we're going to put the books these. And then ha'ela. Okay, so remember, ela is these. Okay, and then separim. Okay, so they ani lo rotse et separim. And then so if we say I don't need more books, we could say ani lo, and then we use this one right here, zerich. Now if we say more books, we can say I don't need lots of books like harbe sparim. Or let's see how let's put it in here on this here. Ani lo zerich od. Okay, yeah, od.
אני לא צריך עוד ספרים.
Yeah, od separim. Okay, so od is more. Okay. Okay, so then we would put I don't need ani zerich. I don't need ani zerich or lo zerich. It's going to be low. That's going to go in there. I need lo zerich. I don't need, and then od. Is that old word means more. And then sparim. Okay, so more books. All right, let's see what they have the answer key for number 8. Okay, so for the first one here, where it's I don't want these books, they've got anilo rotse. That's right. It's hasprim ha'ila. Okay, they put hasparim ha'ila. So they put these books. Okay, so so they're not using ela, are they? They're just putting so in other words, what they're saying is I don't need the books. They put it that way. How about this one here? I don't need more books. Ani lo zarich od sparim. Okay, so I don't need more, this old word for more, sparim. Okay, so number 9, you have to sit quietly. And that quiet word, I think that's one that we came across. Yeah, basheket. That's right, basheket.
בשקט.
Yeah, in quiet. Okay, so how about atazarich? And I wonder if Lashav. Atazarik Lashav. Lasheket. Okay. Yeshav. Lasheket. Okay, yeah, that'll work. Atazarik Yeshev.
אתה צריך ישב לשקט?
Yeshev Lasheket. You have to sit quietly. So I'm using to sit. Now let me use my pa'alim. I want to double check something here. We could use Lashevet. Lashevet. I put just Yeshav, but I think we more properly, this says you have to sit quietly or in quiet. Why couldn't we just say Yeshav Lasheket? You have to. Okay, let's try this. If I get it wrong, I get it wrong. Ata. Okay, Atazarik, you need, and then now this is literally saying you need sit. Too quiet. That can't be right. So it's got to be Lashevet. Lashevet. And then in quiet would be like Basheket. Basheket. Yeah, that's better.
לשבת בשקט? אתה צריך לשבת בשקט?
Yeah, Basheket. So this in one, we're going to use a bet. So okay, Atazarik Lashevet, and then Basheket, which is in quiet. Okay, so Atazarik Lashevet Basheket. So you need to sit in quiet. So let's see what their answer key says. Okay, so now notice that when they're always putting this you in a plural sense, this time they're making it plural feminine, aten, zarikot. But it worked just as well with what I had in the singular, because there's no way to know. But here it is, Lashevet, Lasheket. Okay, so in other words, to sit in quiet. That's literally what that's saying, Lashevet, Lasheket. To sit in quiet. Okay, she has no time to talk now. She has to work. So we could put, remember the word for time, I think, is zaman. So how about we say it like this? There is to her. Yesh lecha lo zaman. Yesh leha lo zaman. Zaman. It's got a time. What's that? That time one is zaman, isn't it? Yesh la lo zaman. Yeah, there we go.
יש לה לא זמן.
Yesh la lo zman.
יש לה לא זמן.
Okay, so She has no time, and then we got to figure out to talk. And then this now word is akshav, so to talk. That's I think that's ledaber. Yeah, ledaber. Okay, so yesh, and then to her, we're going to put there is to her. Yesh la. And then no is just simple lo. And then time is going to be zaman. So yesh la lo zaman. There is to her no time. And then the word for talk is ledaber. To talk, and then the word for now is akshav. Ledaber akshav.
יש לה לא זמן לדבר עכשיו.
Okay. Okay, so ledaber akshav. Now, okay, so then but we have to finish this now. She has to work. So it's probably going to be we're going to use this one right here, zarich. So how about he? Let's see, he zarich la'avoda. He zaricha la'avoda. He zaricha la'avoda. Yeah, okay.
יש לה לא זמן לדבר עכשיו. היא צריכה לעבודה.
Yeah, okay, so this zarich has got to be put in the feminine, so we'll do it this way. He and notice this has got to be in the feminine sense, zaricha. Okay, so she needs, and then the word for work is la'avoda, right? Okay, so he's a richa la'avoda. Okay, so she needs to work. All right, so let's take a look at this number 10 exercise here. Okay, so oh, look at this. They're using ain la. There is not to her. I forgot what I put, but okay, so I got that part. I didn't get that part quite right. Ain la zaman ledaber akshav. There is not to her. I put there is no. I put lo. I did that grammatically incorrect. I put yesh lo. There is not. But that's not the proper way. You can't use yesh. See, what I put was yesh lo. And so I thought it made sense because I put there is and then no. But you don't have to do that. It's this word right here, ain. And it's all encapsulated in that word. There is not. Ain. Okay. Got that right. I mean, I got that figured out now. I didn't get it right, but I got it figured out. Ain la zaman ledaber akshav. Okay, so there is not to her time to speak akshav now. How about this one? Did I get this one right? He's a rika. Yes, I did. La avoda. Okay, she needs to work. That's essentially what that is. All right, that was kind of a fun exercise. All right, this one looks like it's a little easier. These are always the hardest for me, it seems like, going from English to Hebrew. Okay, so now we've got, looks like Bayot. Bayot. A problem.
בעיות.
Bayot, a problem.
בעיות.
Bayot. So this is the problem. Okay, so Bayot. Bayot, problem. Okay, so Kara et dialogue. So read the dialogue. Dialogue. Kara et dialogue. Yeah. Kara et dialogue.
קרא את דילוג.
Missing an aleph in there.
קרא את דיאלוג.
Dialogue. Okay, so read the dialogue. Okay, so Hashalem et dialogim, complete the dialogues. Okay, so complete, in other words, it's complete the dialogues. Okay, all right. Ashetmesh bamilim. Ashetmesh bamilim. Okay, use words.
השתמש במילים.
Ashitamesh.
השתמש במילים.
Ashitamesh.
השתמש במילים.
Listen to that. Ashitamesh.
השתמש במילים.
Okay, so this is the word for use. Ashitamesh. Bamilim, those are words. Okay, so you're going to use yesh, ein, or zarich. So there is not, or the need word. Remember that? Okay, so when they say complete the dialogue, I wonder what they're supposed to be doing here. Oh, I see. This is the example. And then here's how we complete number 1, 2, and 3. We fill in the blanks here. Okay, so Ron says, Ron rather, probably, yesh li. Let's see, there is to me, ba'ela, ba'i, yesh li ba'ia. Yeah, problem.
יש לי בעיה.
Ba'ia.
יש לי בעיה.
Yesh li ba'ia. Okay, there is to me a problem. So this is the problem word here. Yael says, ma, what? Hava'ia. What is the problem? What is the problem? Ma hava'ia.
מה הבעיה?
Oh, it's habea.
מה הבעיה?
Ma habea. Okay. So this has got a bet there. Ma habea.
מה הבעיה?
Yeah, what is the problem? Okay, so Ron says, Ein li ochel. Okay, see, there is not to me food, Badira. I think it's in the apartment. I think that Badira is in the apartment, right? Ein li ochela Badira. Yeah.
אין לי אוכלה בדירה.
Ochel Badira.
אין לי אוכל בדירה.
Okay. Ani zarich leleket. I need to go. See, lahanot. I think that's like the grocery store. Ani zarich leleket lahanot. Yeah, I have to go to the store.
אני צריך ללכת לחנות.
Lehanot. Okay, I have to go to the store. Okay, so Yael says, Asma Habaila. Okay, but what is the problem? Asma habayla. No. Habaya. Habaya. So what's the problem?
מה הבעיה?
Yeah, so what's the problem? Ron says, Ain li kesef. Oh, that's a big problem. There is not to me money. I don't have money. Yael says, Zot ba'emet. I see, this is in truth, ba'ia. This is in truth a problem. Okay. Zot ba'emet ba'ia. Okay, that really is a problem.
זאת באמת בעיה.
Notice how they use the word emet for truth. But if you translate it in the vernacular of Israeli Hebrew, it would be like, this is really a problem. But literally it says, this in truth is a problem. But if you were to say, it would be conveyed as, this is really a problem. Okay, so now that was the example one. So basically they want us to, before we do that, let's take a look at this here. But emet. Literally that says in truth. How about this one? Mevachan, a test. Mevachan. How about this? Bikur. Bikur is a visit. Bikur. Okay, so yesh. Lemisha, ba'ela. Yesh lemisha ba'ela. No, it's not. Lemisha is there is to Moses. Ba'ia. Yeah.
יש למשה בעיה.
Yeah, yesh Moshe ba'ia. So there is to Moses. So this is Moses here. Okay, there is to Moses a problem. Okay, so this is, you know what the answers they're going to have on this can be anything, because there's lots of problems that people can have. Let's relatives belonging, his relatives are coming to visit. I'll put, there is, he might not have any coffee. How about that? So we could put, Moshe, see, there is not cafe. How about we try that? In cafe le Moshe. There is no coffee. No, that probably wouldn't be right. There is not in cafe Badira Shalom. There is, okay, yeah, that'll work. Ein cafe Badira Shalom. There is no coffee in his apartment. How about that? Ein cafe Badira. And then Shalom. Okay, so basically we're saying there is not coffee Badira in the apartment belonging to him. Shalom, belonging to him. Okay, so how about this? How about this one? This is answers. This is questions and answers. That's what that is. Hamishpaka Shalom, his family. I think that's Ba'a. Levikur are coming to visit. המשפחה שלו באה לביקור.
המשפחה שלו באה לביקור.
Before, okay, so his family came to visit. I wonder if this is in reference to a reading section up above. Should we be getting, oh, it's got to be in reference to this right here. Let's take a look at this here again. Laila Tov Einat Etzurik Leleket Akshav. I do not need to go now. And it says, Atahole Kabaita. Do you want to go to the house? Moshe says, Lo la Sikriya. Okay, so no, to the library. Ina said, Akshav Ba'erev, now in the evening. Moshe says, Ken ani holek le'avod sham. Okay, so ani, see, I want to, see, avod. I want le'avod. I think it's to work there. See, I am going to work there. Ani zarik liktov. See, I need to write avoda, a paper. Okay, so this is talking about a library. So I don't see how this connects with this down here necessarily. So yesh la Moshe ba'i. Okay, so there is to Moses a problem. In other words, let me take a look at the answer key. I don't want to spend a bunch of time just stumbling over trying to figure out what's going on here. And maybe I can figure out whether it does relate to the top one. Okay, so ma abiyah shalo hayom. Let's see, what is the problem? Oh, interesting. Okay, so what is the problem? What is his problem today? Yesh Moshe ba'iyah. There is to Moses a problem. What is the problem, his problem today? Boy, this does not make any sense, guys. Because there's no, okay, so hamishpaka shalo ba'a lebikur. Okay, so the family belonging to him is coming to visit him. And then 9, they put anashim, people. That's his problem, people. And hadira shalo kolachach betana. Okay, so the family belonging to him, kolachach. I think I've seen that one before. Hadira shalo kolachach betana. Hadira shalo kolachach betana. Okay, his apartment is so small. That's right.
הדירה שלו כל כך קטנה.
Okay, so his apartment is so small. Zot Moshe lo. This is to Moshe not a problem. Ba'iyah. Zot Moshe lo ba'iyah. This is Moses. It's not a problem.
זאת משה לא בעיה.
Well, I have no clue how they expected the student to come up with that. There's no context surrounding it. They're just making stuff up and putting answers that work grammatically. So what I'm going to do is just look at this answer key here and just glean what I can. Yesh li ba'iyah. There is to me a problem. What's the answer? Ma haba'iyah. What is the problem? Let's see. Yesh lanu. There is to us melachan ba'ivrit. Oh, a test in Hebrew. Hayom. Okay, mevahan is a test. Okay, yesh lanu mevahan. Okay, so there is to us a test. Ba'ibrit in Hebrew. Hayom, today. Arba. So arba. So it would be like at 4 o'clock. Okay, so then this one is nu asma. That one. Nu asma. So what? So what?
נו אז מה?
Look at that. Nu asma means so what in Hebrew.
נו אז מה?
All right, number 4, we have Hayom Ba'arba. Okay, today at 4, Ani Zarik, I need lelachet, the opera. Okay, so I need to go to the opera. And then the answer is Zo Ba'ia Ritzinit. I've seen that one before, Ritzinit. Zo Ba'ia Ritzinit. This is a serious problem.
זו בעיה רצינית. זו בעיה רצינית.
Okay, so see what's going on here. There's a test in Hebrew, mevachani ba'ibrit, at 4, ba'arba. But there's also, they want to go to the opera. And that's ba'arba at 4 as well. Okay. All right, well, I gleaned what I could out of that, guys. There's no way, I can't see how in the world they're just making stuff up here. Because you could put a lot of things on these here, just as long as it's grammatically correct. All right, so let's take a look at these words one more time. We've got be'emet. That can be like, really it means in truth, but it's like really. Mevachan is a test. Or I think it's mivhan. Maybe it's mivhan. Mivhan la'ibrit.
מבחן לעברית.
Yes, mivhan.
מבחן לעברית.
Okay, so a test is mivhan, and then bihor is a visit. Bikor hamishpaka.
ביקור המשפחה.
Yeah, that's right. Bikor hamishpaka. All right. Okay, so we finished that up. I think I did everything I could do on that. Let's put it that way. Let's see what kind of time I've got. Okay, so yeah, let's see here. Oh, I was kind of talking to myself there for a minute, wasn't I? All right, so we're gonna start on Shior 28 the next time. Let's get rid of this here. Okay, so a new thing next time. We've got She'ilah. And then Hashuvah, Teshuvah. I think these are like the answers, and then these questions, and then the answers. Yeah, She'ela and then Teshuvah are answers and questions. Okay. Maybe I can get that one done in an hour. All right, guys. Hope you guys got something out of this. I know I did, and it's always good to just work with the language. So you guys are benefiting in any way. If there's any way you want to help pay for the Zoom room and the materials, that's really all I do is I just put any kind of donations toward materials. So I don't make anything on this. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and So hopefully I'll get around to another one before long. And I will say shalom, shalom.